My billionaire father has a sick way of testing my boyfriends. He leaves a $60,000 watch in the bathroom to see if they'll steal it. To the outside world, my father is a philanthropist and a business legend, but inside our mansion he is a paranoid man who believes that everyone has a price tag. He especially believes that any man I date is just a gold digger in a suit, waiting for the right moment to grab a piece of his empire. He has already destroyed 3 of my relationships using this trap. The first was a doctor, the second a lawyer, and the third an entrepreneur. All of them saw the watch, and all of them tried to hide it or lied about seeing it. My father would always walk into the room with a smirk, hold up his phone showing the GPS tracker on the watch, and kick them out before dessert was even served. I used to cry, but after the 3rd time I realized my father didn't want me to be happy. He wanted to be right. Then I met Ethan. Ethan was different. He is a high school history teacher who spends his weekends volunteering at a local soup kitchen. He lives in a small studio apartment and drives a car that's older than I am. When I told my father I was bringing Ethan for dinner, he didn't even look up from his newspaper. He just whispered, "I'll have the watch ready." I begged him to stop this madness. "Ethan doesn't care about your money," I said. But my father just laughed and replied, "Everyone cares about money, honey. Some just hide it better than others." The night of the dinner was incredibly tense. We sat in the grand dining room surrounded by gold-framed portraits and crystal chandeliers. My father was unusually quiet, watching Ethan's every move. Halfway through the main course, my father stood up, made an excuse about needing to check an email, and headed toward the guest bathroom. I knew exactly what he was doing. He was placing that $60,000 Patek Philippe right on the edge of the marble sink. 10 minutes later, it was Ethan's turn. He excused himself to wash his hands. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it would explode. I watched my father pull out his phone under the table. He was staring at the red dot on the screen, the GPS tracker. He was waiting for that dot to move. He was waiting for Ethan to fail. When Ethan finally came back to the table, he looked completely normal. He didn't seem nervous, and his hands weren't shaking. He sat down and started talking about his student's upcoming history project. My father was visibly confused. He kept tapping his phone screen, frowning. The watch hadn't moved from the bathroom, but Ethan had been in there for at least 5 minutes. The rest of the dinner was a blur of awkward silence. My father was restless. As soon as we finished, he couldn't wait any longer. He stood up and said, "I think I left my watch in the bathroom. I'll be right back." He hurried out, but 30 seconds later he came back screaming, "It's gone. The watch is gone. Ethan, stand up and empty your